breaking news story now. The Special Investigations Unit head, Advocate Vas Soni, has resigned, and he joins me live now on the line. Mr. Soni, thank you so much for your time. Your reasons for resigning?
It's very personal, but I don't mind sharing it with you. My wife has not been well over the last 5 months, and being the head of the SIU means I have to travel from Johannesburg to Pretoria every day and get back. It is a long hours, and I need to spend more time with my wife.
Mr. Soni, would you say that in the 16 months that you've been head of the SIU, you've actually had made your mark?
I think I would rather others said that or criticized me. I don't think it's fair for me to comment on whether I've moved the organization forward, but I think others must make that decision.
Are you concerned perhaps that your departure will leave a void in the unit?
You know, the SIU has been in existence for about 18 years now. When I came in, I tried to introduce some changes. I met some resistance, but to a large extent, many of the people at the SIU embraced those changes. I think whoever comes in will be able to do the same and stamp his personality on the organization. So no, I'm not pessimistic about the future of the organization.
Mr. Soni, would you say that this has really been a stressful job for you?
I think it has been, and I think it's a serious challenge. I think it's a challenge that more people in the private sector should embrace, because I had spent almost my entire working life in the private sector. Didn't realize what a challenge working in the public sector is, and doing a job that is really important to South Africa's democracy. So yes, you know, it has its stresses, but it is also a very fulfilling task to perform on behalf of the country.
Can you perhaps share with us the most challenging aspects of your job?
One of the problems about the SIU is, for a long time we've been doing what I call historical investigations, meaning that, you know, matters would be 5 years old or 2 years old before they came to us. And by the time we investigated, it was effectively too late to take effective action. I think we have tried in the last year or so to change that somewhat by making our investigations a little more real time. So to that extent, it's been a lot more fulfilling, because at least people whom one is investigating are effectively caught red-handed, and one can take steps against them. But let me say that maladministration and corruption is never easy to detect, not only in South Africa, anywhere in the world. And it requires long, hard work, serious, dedicated investigators. And fortunately, there are many people in the SIU who fulfill those criteria. But yeah, it's not an easy task to perform.
Thank you so much for taking us into your confidence and sharing about your wife. So what does the future hold for you? Will you be going into private practice?
That is what I plan to do. I think the flexibility that private practice will offer me will allow me to work and at the same time discharge my responsibilities to my wife.
And just finally for us, what is your advice to whomever will be coming in to head the SIU? Mr. Soni, I'm not sure if you are able to hear me there, but your advice to whomever will be coming in to head up the SIU?
Sorry, ma'am?
Your advice to whomever will be coming in to head up the SIU, what word of advice do you have for them?
I would just say that it is a very important organization in the fight against crime, and one needs, though, to be creative in how the powers that one has are used. But I would encourage anybody who has the passion to do this sort of work to make themselves available for this job.
Mr. Soni, thank you so much for taking us into your confidence and for talking to us. That was Advocate Vas Soni, who has resigned as the head of the Special Investigating Unit.